Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. I'm Danielle Bren and today we are going to be getting into the deep, hard-hitting stuff about sorority recruitment. Oh yeah, so I am in a sorority, obviously, you can't tell. I'm a member of Gamma Phi Beta. I love being in a sorority. It also does have its downfalls. Today I'm going to be giving you all the advice you need for going through sorority recruitment. Be presentable. Look presentable. Don't worry too much about what you wear, but make sure you look decent. Know what you're gonna wear, get it planned out like the week before, and then you have a lot less to stress about on the days upcoming. Sorority's not gonna drop you for what you're wearing unless you look sloppy. Like, they're not gonna be like, oh, she's wearing jeans and sandals, let's drop her. No, they're gonna be like, oh, she's wearing sweatpants and a shirt that has stains on it. She doesn't look like she would represent our sorority. Follow the guidelines, have fun with it. This is a chance for you to like show your own style, show how unique you are. Tip number 2, if you can, get a letter of recommendation. It's not gonna hurt you if you don't, but it can help you. If you are a legacy, put it down. If you're not, don't lie about it. During the process, you have what's called a row gamma group, and it's basically the group of girls that you go from house to house with. You are usually assigned a row gamma, and she has her own group of girls that she helps with, and those are the girls in your row gamma group. Become friends with those girls, get to know them. Even if you guys don't end up in the same sorority, you still can be friends. An opportunity to make new friends, be friendly, and the other thing is they might be joining the same sorority as you, so get to know your row gamma group and other girls going into the houses with you, just so you kind of get a feel of like what those houses attract and what type of people they are. Number 4, be careful what you say in recruitment. You do not want to be that girl that smacks talks another sorority and gets completely dropped from all the sororities. And you also don't want to be talking about how you were partying last night and how you were going hard and, you know, how you made out with 10 boys. Like, that is not something to bring up in recruitment, because we're trying to look for if you match with our ideals and if you seem like the type of person that would be compatible with, and if you look like you're gonna be like sloppy at parties and misrepresenting what we want, we're not going to want to invite you back. There's 3 things to stay away from, and that's drugs, alcohol, and boys. Or in a long distance relationship and one of the girls in the sorority brings it up, yeah, that's fine. Be like, yeah, my boyfriend back home or my girlfriend back home. You incorporate it in a way where it doesn't seem like you're like, oh, I love my boyfriend, all I talk about is my boyfriend, oh, I love boys, you know, I can't wait to find girls I can go meet boys with. Like, we don't want to hear about that. And also drugs and alcohol, we don't want to know that you're sloppy or that you're going to be misrepresenting us. Even if you aren't, even if you don't party at all and you still mention it, like, we're not going to know the difference between if you are hardcore sloppy drunk or if you're can keep your shit together. So just be careful about what you say and, you know, avoid drugs, alcohol, and boys. Other than that, talk about yourself. You want to be the center of attention and you want the girls to get to know you for you. Number 5, follow your heart. I know that sounds super cheesy. Don't just pref Kappa and beta because that's what your friends want. Pref the ones that you want. Go by feelings. If that one sorority was really nice and you liked them all, but it just didn't feel like home. If you found one where maybe you didn't know anyone and you don't know any of your friends going into it, but it really felt like home and they really accepted you, choose that sorority. Obviously, like, that's the best option. Okay, the next thing is ask about a sorority's values. You want to know if their values fit with what you deem important in your life. It's also nice to ask their values so you know what you can play to more. Even better if you do your research beforehand and find out what their values are. I found that out before I went through recruitment, and I even like made a list of all the sororities and their values and their philanthropies, and I just did my research so I was more well oriented and showed that I, you know, was very interested in joining a sorority for more than just the social aspect. Recruitment as a PNM, we're not gonna be like, oh, she looks pretty, let's pass her through. No, we're gonna be like, does she seem like she values, you know, friendships, and does she really care about school? That's basically what we like look for. We look for to see if in our conversations, if you really exuded all of our values, and if you do, that gives you a stronger chance of getting through the next round. Along with that, do your research, know a little bit about each sorority, try and learn all the sororities before you go through, because you don't want to like walk in and be like, what is Delta, Delta, Delta? Like, no, you want to know, oh, I'm going to Tri Delta. I know that their philanthropy is St. Jude's. You want to know those simple things. And then that also just makes you seem like a better human, because if your friend gets into a sorority, you already know a little bit about it and you can be more supportive. We also do our research on you guys. We're not like weird stalkers or anything, and we're not going to be like creepy. You might check out your Instagram page, and if you do have a picture right up at the top of you like with 4 beers and we know you're 18 years old, that's probably not the best thing. So I would just recommend, before going through recruitment, archive anything that has drinking or like excessive nudity or just things that aren't classy. Go through your Instagram, edit it, and make it look like what you would be fine with your 85-year-old conservative grandma seeing. Another thing, do know that if you get dropped from a house, it might not be you, like at all really. It could have been either numbers or your GPA. A lot of sororities have a GPA requirement. If you're under like a 3.0 or under a 2.5, you have a high chance of getting dropped from sororities at my school. Even if you have a bunch of friends in the sorority, and even if you're like the most amazing human ever, if your GPA doesn't match with that sorority's GPA minimum, you could get dropped. Also, again, with numbers, like it might not even be you. Maybe you are a great human being and you would fit perfectly in the sorority, but you just didn't get enough time to talk with the girls about the things that mattered, and because of that, they couldn't let you through just on a whim. That could be why. So that's why it's really important to value the time you have with each girl you talk to and try and get on a deeper level and make the most of it. All right, next thing, have fun and trust the process. That sounds very cheesy, and people are definitely going to tell you that, trust the process over and over, but it is so true. Like literally, I didn't even really know what G5 was at the beginning of sorority recruitment, and at the end, I could not be happier with it. I was so glad I got it. I ran to the field. I was so excited, and it was perfect for me. It was like my home. I found my people in this sorority, and it's because I trusted the process and I didn't care about what what my friends were doing. Like I was very independent. I did this trying to find people for me, and I did. Okay, after you leave each house, in your phone, just jot down a few notes. Like be like either, love these girls, talk about this with Brenda. If you can remember names, that's great. We're gonna be able to remember your names a lot better because one, we are asking you, and like we take your little slip of paper that has your name on it. But then we also have a database of you with your picture, so we can go back and look. But if you can remember our names, or if you can just like remember our face and remember what we talked about, that is so incredible. Like when a PNM comes in day 2 and they recognize you as well, like that makes us feel like you really care about us. And it also helps you with your process and the bidding process, because you can then go back and remember what you thought about in the moment of each house. All right, back to kind of talking about yourself and time management within the process. Find what makes you stand out and really grasp onto that, and kind of, not force it down their throats, but like bring it up when you talk to the girls. And what makes you special, and it'll help you stand out and help you do better throughout the process. All right, one of the last things I'm going to say, don't talk about other sororities. If you had a bad experience, maybe wait till after bid day, after everything, to talk about that experience. But it's not really the best place to come into my sorority and be like, oh, I just had the worst time at beta. Like they were just so rude and so fake. I'm so glad you guys aren't fake. Like even though that's kind of complimenting us, it's still going to show us that you gossip and that you don't really know how to not talk about drama. And so we're probably not going to like you as much as if you didn't talk about that. Last thing I'm going to say is yes, it's kind of fake. We're all showing the best versions of ourselves. A lot of PNMs are showing the best versions of themselves. So that it is a slightly faker versions of everyone. It is a better version of everyone. So don't judge people that way. But it's not like you're gonna join it and then all of a sudden realize that they're completely fake. Like that's not gonna be the actuality of it. So I hope that this has been a helpful video. I know I was super nervous going through recruitment my freshman year, but just know I think it's a great opportunity, even if you don't end up joining a sorority, to just meet a bunch of people through your Rho Gamma groups. I always encourage all of my friends to go through recruitment just because there are so many people you can meet and you get to have so many fun conversations and you get to dress up. So good luck. I'm sure you'll do great, and just remember to smile and have fun. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. I'm Danielle Bren, and have a great day. Spread the love.